Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Sasheen. It is tea time. Time for our 30 minutes of calm, if not calm, at least frivolity, but a chance to take a break, right? Get some you time, get some breathing room on a Tuesday afternoon as the work week has started for most people, and you are to the point where it might be time in your day. You've been up for a couple of hours now, probably been working for a few hours. I know I have. Might be time for just a little tea time. So, welcome to my tea break. If you join me live, hello, hello, hello. If you catch the recording, hello, hello, hello. We are here because your peace is non negotiable, and I am here to help you not negotiate your peace. So, hopefully, you penciled me in and scheduled some time for yourself, and we can just chit chat. So, this morning, we're going to make some tea. And as always, this is in real time, so you're going to get all the behind the scenes. Got the kettle, and it's a really rainy day today, which I love. It's cool, it's raining, and but summer hasn't really been too bad. I can't really complain about it. Um, but who doesn't like a nice, cool fall-esque feeling right here at the start of September? Use the black cat today. Hold while I go grab some tea. I'm feeling very lemongrassy this morning, so that's what we're gonna have. But so gonna do the lemongrass today because that's what I'm feeling. With the change in seasons, as we know, comes pollen, pollen. And I don't normally like a mint tea, but when it's paired with this lemongrass tea, it's actually pretty nice. I'm not a big mint drinker, unless I'm having a mojito, in which case, mint me, baby, mint me. Otherwise, mint's a little bit too strong for me personally, so it's not my favorite thing, unless I'm feeling sick. But otherwise, when you pair it with something, though, it can be very soothing, especially to inflamed nasal and throat passages, because as beautiful as the rain is, it's shaking loose a bunch of stuff because, stuff's about to go to sleep again. So, anyway, hopefully you find this day to be going well for you. So, what are we going to talk about? If no one joins me, and I'm just going to talk for a few minutes, and hopefully the message finds, you know what? The message is going to find you when it needs to. It'll find you in the day where it needs to find you. Hang on a second here. Let me. Perfect. Making sure about that turned it. Okay, so I was thinking about, life, life be lifing, right? But more importantly than life be lifing, um, as I was strolling through the social media streets this weekend, a lot of things were popping off, were kicking off, were doing some things. And one of the last things that I happened to see before I logged in this morning to work, uh, well, there are a couple of discussions. And so I want to talk about this need to put on other people our own insecurities. And I say this because there are two videos that I saw, which were one was fantastic, and one was also fantastic. It just elicited a lot of really weird responses out of people. Anyway, there's this video that floats around my feeds every once in a while, and I always stop and watch it because it's a video of a guy with two pool noodles. The long, thin. Hey, Cicely, it's good to see you. Um, Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. I think it's afternoon where you are. Good afternoon to you. So there are two videos I was talking about. The first one is the guy has two pool noodles. You know those big noodles that you throw in the pool to float on? And they're walking through a park or down the street, and they will throw a pool noodle at another person, a stranger. I mean, if it's scripted, it's done very well. But at a stranger, and they'll start to have a pool noodle battle, basically, right there on the sidewalk. They're just wailing at each other. And for the first couple of seconds, you can tell the person who got the pool noodles tossed at them is like, what in the heck is happening? But it doesn't take long for the brain of the person who received the noodle to go, oh, this is going to be fun. And they pick it up and they just start wailing on each other back and forth with pool noodles, which aren't gonna hurt anybody. And now all of a sudden you're having basically a pool noodle battle, a pool noodle sword battle down the street. Now, why do I bring this up today? Well, first of all, it's Tuesday. It's a raining Tuesday morning. We should talk about something frivolous and stupid, right? Or not stupid, but just something frivolous and light because the world is so heavy. And we have to remind ourselves, and I say this all the time, and I'm going to keep saying it, even though it gets a lot of pushback sometimes. We have to just remind ourselves that every place in the world isn't on fire. And it's okay to enjoy a moment of something not being on fire. So, as I was watching the video, watching them pool noodle back and forth. Um, and the reactions are pretty funny. Like some people are just like, "Oh, okay, let me just do this," and some people like take off their bags and they just really get into it and they're just wailing, and it's you can just tell they're laughing, and they're having so much fun with it. They're having so much fun in that moment. For a moment, for just a moment, the world isn't on fire. They're enjoying this really random, bizarre event that has come into their space to remind them to not take everything so seriously. Because I think we take a lot of things way more seriously than we need to, which is why I said at the very beginning, I want to talk a little bit about, oh, hang on, we have steam. We're steaming, and this is a tea break, so we're having some tea. So we have the kettle, we have some steam, we have the cup, and now we have tea that needs to steam. So, all right. Anyway, so they're wailing away, right? And it's fun. And most of the people in the comments are like, this is fantastic. This is great. I mean, I wish somebody would come up to me and throw me a pool noodle at me so that we could wail back and forth. Oh, this would be such a stress reliever. For the most part, comments are so positive, right? They're they're just fun. They're just a moment, a slice of social media that works. That doesn't require you to do anything except enjoy what you're seeing. But into the comments always comes people who are like, well, I don't know that good morning, Michelle. Good to see you. I don't know that I would want someone throwing a pool noodle at me, and this could be dangerous. And what happens if you throw it at the wrong person? Now, obviously, the video's curated. They probably throw it at people who don't pick it up, right? Okay. Um, and maybe sometimes the reaction isn't great, but for the 30 seconds of this video where they managed to get enough people, I mean, they have like 7 or 8 or 9 people who engage with them in that fun way. For that moment, it works. And if we stop taking everything and putting it under the microscope of how bad it could go and just embrace how good it could be, wouldn't we just get through the day a little faster and with a lot less stress, right? I mean, the people who put that video out with the pool noodle battles aren't looking to change the world. They're looking to put a little infusion of peace into your day. They want you to laugh. They want you to smile. They want you to enjoy it. They want you to like, hey, this is life be life in, but we're still humans and humans like to laugh and joke and play and I just love the ideas around those kinds of videos that for just the love of being silly, right? For just the love of being goofy, we are going to do this thing and put it out into onto the interwebs, and we're going to show people that even though it may feel like there's no goofiness or sunshine left in the world, that there are. There's goofy sunshine. And you know what makes this even more um, poignant to me is that the people who are pool noodling, who are noodle battling back and forth, they're cross racial. Like you can tell they're people of different races who are in that moment. It's all about having the fun of that moment. So that's the first video that I saw that I wanted to talk a little bit about, just to bring the point home that if you are engaging in things that make you sane and clear the clutter and protect your peace, do them, right? Do them. It's okay to enjoy things. And oh, I just finished my day job, so I am at the moment getting my first thing of the day. My day starts really early. And so this is my first libation of the day, which is a cup of, what is it called? Organic Zen, regenerative, organic Zen, organic Zen, lemongrass, and crisp spearmint. Like I was saying earlier, I'm not much of a mint person, but when you pair it with something that takes kind of the edge off mint, then I can enjoy it. Um, I love the videos when the guys throw best. Yeah, right? I I swear to you, Cicely, my feed is full of things. People don't even know how much I avoid drama. Like in my I get enough drama in most of my other life that when I'm out on socials, unless I'm looking specifically for things, okay, let me dump the tea bag. Unless I'm looking specifically for things, I avoid a lot of the dramatic videos that go around because I don't care. Like there's enough drama in the world. I need to keep my finger on the news for certain things. Drama's not one of them. So when like the basketball videos and the pool noodle videos, and there's this one set of guys who go around and try totally new things. They're like this like group of, I think it's like 12 um guys, and they're all trying this new activity. So they've braided hair and they've done cake decorating, and they are just doing these random activities together just to remind all of us, right? Like there has to be some joy here. Like in the midst of crazy, there just has to be some joy because what are we protecting our peace for if we're pissed off all the time? That's not protecting our peace. That's protecting our festivity. And who wants to protect our festivity? Like, who wants to do this? This is not fun. Not fun at all. Like, so if in the protection of our peace, what we're really just doing is protecting our right to be pissed off, I don't want any part of that because that isn't protecting our peace. That's making it really harder to remember that we're all just trying to get through the day together in ways that allow us to honor who we are and where we are in the process of our life. So that was the first video, which I love. So if you missed the very beginning, I said I was going to talk about two videos because both of them kind of underscore how people want to insert themselves and take things out of context because they have to prove a point. So under the pool noodle videos, guys, as I think I left off with this, there are always those people, and even under the basketball videos and under like the guys who are doing the random things, there's always those people, right? They come in and they're like, well, if you did that in Alabama, because the guys who were doing it were black, right? If you did that in Alabama, and it's like, you know what? You can keep that. Because why is it necessary to insert the negative and a positive? Now, if it's not positive, if it's making a statement, right? Then obviously talk about the ramifications. But in a 30-second video where people are pool noodle battling in a public park and everybody around them is laughing and joking and it seems like they're having a good time, what is the purpose of reminding us that we couldn't do this activity in Alabama? What's the point? Okay, well, maybe you need to move. I don't know what to tell you. Like, why are you trying to yuck my yum? I said this last week. Quit trying to yuck people's yum. Just because you wouldn't do it doesn't mean it's not relevant, necessary, wonderful in the world. And just because it rubs you the wrong way, right? Things rub me the wrong way all the time. I just keep scrolling. I just keep scrolling. I just keep scrolling. I keep scrolling. Okay, so video number two is probably one y'all have heard lot about, a lot about. And I actually made a response video. Oh, hang on. Yesterday was supposed to be my Monday with my friend. Oh, good. I'm glad you took the day anyway. A simple meal out. Hey, listen. Some days, just that mere act of being able to not have to cook brings oodles of peace into my life. Oodles and oodles and oodles of peace into my life. So, on in case you've missed it, Tabitha Brown is back in the news. I'm actually not going to talk about Tabitha Brown. I'm going to talk about somebody else. But Tabitha Brown started the conversation and she said something horrendous, but it really wasn't. She just said something that has been said 1,001 times. People have said it over the years. People keep saying it. They're going to keep saying it, which is that sometimes entrepreneurship doesn't pay the bills. And before you put all your eggs in one basket, if that basket has a leak at the bottom, you might want to get a job so that you can fix the leaks while you continue to put eggs in the basket. That's how I took it. That's what I think she said. What kills me, and I was like, how many people have made think pieces about this one woman and this one thing that she said, who couldn't care less about her? don't care about her. They don't care about what she said. They don't care about what people said about her. They just wanted something to be upset about. And that is my point on this rainy Tuesday as we share a cup of tea together. How much of our day are we just spending looking for things to get mad about? Especially given that there's so much to already be mad about. The things yeah, I saw the new video too. I said under her new video that it doesn't even matter what she says because the messenger is who they're mad at, not the message. They're mad at the messenger. They're mad at her for being okay. They're mad at her for being okay. And from a place of being okay, saying, hey, listen, maybe you could consider this other perspective. They want to be mad at her because it's what I like to call, and I actually teach this in one of my classes. It's the crossover moment that happens when you have been at a certain level for so long and you are walking with certain people for so long and you start to ascend or walk even a little bit ahead of them. They're fine with your ascension and or your moving ahead as long as they're still kind of in line with you and they can still see you. But when you start to move too much further out of the frame, right, and they're kind of back here, not that either one of you are doing anything wrong, you're just in different places. Now, all of a sudden, you who used to be relatable and cool and somebody that we should listen to, now you don't know how to be relatable. You don't know the struggle. You don't know because now you're off my screen. You've left the place that we were together and now I can't reach you in the way that I used to. So now I have to figure out how to relate to you. And usually what we do to those kinds of people is we make them the other, right? We make them we make them the problem. Oh, Michelle, that's awesome. We make them the problem and not ourselves, right? We commit to making them the reason that all of a sudden women aren't working. What One I saw one comment say, "Well, is she offering to give people jobs?" The woman owns companies. She's giving people jobs. Like, she's giving them jobs. Oh yeah, I'm loving the rain. Ordered pizza. We almost had pizza last night, but my son wanted salmon, so we had salmon, so I cooked. But yes, being able to just give ourselves that place of space is like that is worth fighting for. That's worth fighting for, not people on the internet. Some are overcommitted to misunderstanding. Oh, sis, ma'am, there's just no way to get around it. No way to get around it at all. Not at all. So I felt like watching the Tabitha Brown thing unfold was so telling because I see this happen and I see it happen to so many successful women, right? Like women, as much as I hate to say it, we know that men are going to tear us down because they don't want us to compete with them, but it's always so upsetting when women tear down other women for doing the very thing that they were encouraging them to do yesterday, right? It's like, why do we support and want you to take care of it would be like me saying, Michelle, please take care of yourself. Cicely, please take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. And all of a sudden, you all reach this place of Zen, and I start being mad because how are you gonna be Zenful and leave me behind? How fair is that? Right? Like that's what we do to each other, and I don't like that we do it so publicly. Listen, my son would eat pizza 7 days a week if I would let him. I have convinced him that is not a good idea. His palate has grown a lot, but if I let him, and just cheese pizza, like he doesn't want pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, nothing. He just wants cheese. Um, but it really, I was so taken aback by women who now don't like Tabitha Brown, and according to them, never liked Tabitha. And I'm like, but that's not true. No, that's not true. She might not have been your favorite person, but most people don't have any big hate towards the woman. She's like America's favorite auntie, right? But now she's the man and she's trying to stick it to people. And like I said, I made the point to make the point on social media because I do believe in voicing um my point on my page that it is not fair to want people to succeed and then tear them down when you think they've succeeded beyond what you can get to. Because that's all that's happening. People are judging her by their own level of success and deciding that she's got too much of it and now she needs to be brought back down a peg or two. And it happens to women all the time. And it's not fair and it's not right. And women do it to each other. And it just needs to stop. So we're going to stop it. So we're not going to do that. We are creating a place, a space where if you're in my space, if you're on my channel, or you get into my community, we don't tear down. We don't tear down. We lift each other. We comment and we share and we support. And if you don't like something, there's the beautiful thing about the First Amendment right to your free speech is also the right to be quiet. Like you have the right to be quiet and just not engage. Um, because a lot of the stuff that we're reacting to is just rage bait. It's just clickbait. And I get it. Like I understand. I'm a social media content creator. I have several fingers in the pie of content creation and coaching and courses. And you want people to react and engage with your stuff. And let's face it, rage bait, clickbait gets people to respond. The more you can rile up an emotion, you can get people to respond. But there is a reason why I'm peddling peace, because I want to be surrounded by people for whom rage bait has no impact. That we just kind of look at that and go, that's nice. And I bet you want somebody to engage with you on that in a way that's gonna like spike our cortisol and steam your numbers into the sky and make you go viral. I'm more interested in my serotonin levels. Thank you very much. I'm more interested in how my peaceful hormones can be stimulated, not how my stress hormones can be stimulated. So I just want you to think about, as we are floating through the day today, how much of the interaction, excuse me, how many of the interactions that you have on socials and in real life are less like the pool noodle guys, right? The fun, frivolous, silly, but serotonin inducing interactions are out there, and how many of them are the rage bait interactions? Even in real time, people say things that just are designed to elicit a response because they need a response for them to feel something. And I'm not doing that. We're gonna peddle some peace here, y'all. We're gonna do that. That is our job as we are transitioning into the latter years of our life. We've earned the right to not have to click. Not have to click. Oh, I'm missing comments. It hurts me when women do this. It hurts me too. And I've watched it in so many corporate spaces and academic spaces. And anytime women get together and start to succeed, unless they're surrounded by like minded women, the tear down is unreal. The attempts to tear down is unreal. I also compliment women around me. I'm always telling women women and men, like I do it to all people, because so much of our day is filled with the negative. There's this other video. See, I seek out the fun stuff online, right? There's this other video that's going viral of people who randomly compliment on the street. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but they're driving and they'll like yell out into the street a compliment at a random passerby, and there's this one little old lady who's walking her dog in this little pink and white striped shirt, and they yell out, "That shirt looks so good on you. You're wearing that shirt." And she just stopped and put her hands on her hips, and she was like, "Nobody's ever said that to me before." And it's like, that is what we do. It doesn't take any more energy to be pissy to people than it is to be nice to people. And who I can't spend all my time finding reasons to be upset. Like I just can't do it, y'all. I don't have the time. I just don't have the time. Um, I am yes, peddling peace. I love that. I may have to put that on a mug, not a shirt, on a mug. I had one who had lovely hair. I complimented it. Yes. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's just so joyful when someone just confirms, especially if it's something that we're not sure about, and all of a sudden you say to her that it looks good, and she is like, yes, I didn't make a mistake. Because it's not like you can, like, you know, put hair back on once you cut it off. But people get so jealous. I can remember an old friend of mine, a long time ago. was in a very conservative relationship around a lot of very conservative people, and she dyed her hair magenta. It wasn't even very she had been blonde, and her stylist had layered in some magenta highlights to kind of break the blonde because she wanted something different. She wanted something different. So they had worked in some reddish magenta highlights, and she looked stunning. I mean, she looked stunning. But I watched that woman diminish as her fiance said he didn't like it, and her very conservative friends said that that was just a color they would not have expected to see on someone like her. And it didn't matter how many of us were like, no, you look great, because the people that mattered the most to her hated it. So the next time I saw her, she had strawberry blonde highlights in her hair, and no, the cool, funky, chunky magenta, deep reds, fun texture was all gone. It was all gone, and she had some very soft, feminine, strawberry blonde highlights that didn't make her stand out. And you're right, it's jealousy. We don't want others to leave us behind. So when they start to do this, and we can't get there, we want to do this, right? So telling. The Tabitha Brown thing is so telling right now. It's hard to watch it in real time, but we are watching in real time someone ascend to a place that we only hope that she would get to. Like when we first watched her in her car that very first time, struggling actress, made a video about eating at Whole Foods, driving Uber because she couldn't find work in her field and she was just trying to keep food on the table. Husband was a cop. And now here she is. And instead of applauding that and loving that and supporting that, where people are looking for any reason to yank her down. And I just think it's interesting that we're more likely to hate her now and say that we always did, as opposed to acknowledging that she's just a place that I don't think I'll ever get to. And that makes me feel all kind of way. Doesn't make me feel any kind of way, but it makes a lot of people feel a certain kind of way. Yes, I think I must watch the same comedian because there are several of them online that just drive around shouting compliments at people, and I love that. Like, I'm just like, keep do more of that. Do more, more, more. I also like the Meet Cute channel where they walk around. I think it's New York City, and they find all these couples and say, "Tell us how you meet." And the couples will be like, "Oh my gosh, I've watched you on YouTube or TikTok. We love your channel," and they get so excited to talk about how they first met. Right? It's so much fun. This is what peddling peace looks like. This is what it means to push serotonin out into the world. Right? To look for ways to increase each other's serotonin so that the happy gets happier, and we can blunt some of the negative because there's so much negative. It is much heavier and it's coming at us much faster, right? So much of the bad news is coming at us rapid fire. Even if you don't log on to social media, if you turn your notifications off, people are talking about it. I couldn't escape the Tabitha Brown thing if I wanted to because everybody's talking about it. So when we find those channels, right, where like Meet Cute, oh, Meet Cute is so great. I love that channel. Like I listen to them all the time. Um, I agree. Right? No, Heather was she was like she wanted to like that magenta so badly, but the people who were important to her would not let her step into that. And so she said, "Okay, I'm going to go back to being the Heather that you all need for me to be." And so she got strawberry blonde highlights, and the cool funky red magenta hair went away. Um but yeah, like, people think it's weird and talk about each other talk about folks online all the time about how you're not engaging in the noise, and I'm just like, I'm over here having a cup of tea at 11 o'clock with a bunch of great women talking about me cute. What are you talking about? It's still too hot, but it's almost there, right? This is why 11 o'clock on Tuesdays is going to happen, because I want us to peddle peace to each other, and as we grow this little slice of community together, hopefully more people who want to check out of the push, the rage bait, desire to just click a response and get viral. Those people don't need to come over here. I don't want them over here. I don't want to meet them. I don't want to talk to them because we don't need that. What we want to do is remind each other of how important the little works that we are doing in the world are to our peace. Because I don't consider my my job to be all that big, right? I peddle peace. That's it. That's all I do. It comes in many different ways. I talk a lot, have a channel, but sharing joy, sharing the ways in which we can help each other find joy every day, that makes me happy. That makes it all worthwhile. Okay. Last year I had my hair. You did. I love purple hair. My good friend Mary has purple hair. I love purple hair. It looks terrible on me. I wish it didn't, but it does. I wish it didn't. I wish like one of the people that I follow, Rashida Dow, you know, Cicely, she has blue hair. I wish blue hair looks good on me. I've tried it. It doesn't. It makes me look, it just doesn't work. And okay, so we have to log off because it's been 30 minutes and I promise not to, you know, keep you. But listen, can we talk about color resistant gray? Because at this point, I have been told that my grays are to that point where if I'm going to color it, I might as well go for something bold because eh, they're at that place where they're like, we may or may not soak that color in. So watch this space over the next 6 months to a year because the hair color is probably going to go through some changes once I get through some of the other stuff that I'm going through. But you know, listen, I've threatened to shave my head. I've threatened to do all kinds of things in this hair. So we'll see what happens. But I think we'll end it with thank you for helping me peddle a little piece this morning. And I hope that all of you have an amazing rest of your day, that you enjoy the rain if it's raining, the sun if it's sunny. And if nothing else, please don't click the bait. Please don't click the bait today. Click the piece. It's out there. Even if you have to just go watch a meet cute video. All right, I got to go to the next thing in my day. It's so great to see you all. I'll see you soon. Thursday, the new video drops, so be on the lookout for it. And I'll talk to you later. Have fun. Thank you, everyone, for hanging with me. I really appreciate it. Bye for now.